Have you ever noticed how a woman can be soft one day and then vanish like she never even knew you the next? One minute she's all warm eyes, slow smiles, tiny hints that she wants you, and the next she pulls back so hard you start wondering if you imagined the whole thing. Let me tell you something most men never hear. When a woman disappears, it's not random, it's not mood swings, it's a power play. And she knows exactly what she's doing. But it's not the kind of power you think. It's the kind that comes from fear, pride, desire, confusion, all mixed in ways even she can't fully explain. And today, I'm breaking down the truth behind why she pulls away, goes quiet, or suddenly acts like she doesn't care, even when she actually does. Let's get into it. 1. She disappears when her feelings hit too fast. You know how people say women are emotional? That's half true. Women feel deeply, yes. But the part they don't tell you is that she doesn't always know how to manage those feelings, especially when she meets a man who hits her differently. Imagine this. She starts enjoying your presence more than she expected. She looks forward to your voice, your texts, the small things you say without even thinking. She catches herself smiling at her screen like a teenager, and right when she realizes she's falling a little too fast, she panics. A woman disappearing at this stage is not rejection, it's fear. Fear of liking you too much, fear of losing her balance, fear of letting someone in who might break her heart the same way someone once did. Most women don't run because they don't care. They run because they care too much. And deep down, she's asking herself, why am I feeling this way? What if he's not serious? What if he pulls away first? So she disappears, thinking distance will calm her down. But here's the twist. The more she pulls away, the more she thinks about you. She rereads your chats. She remembers the tone of your voice. She plays your moments in her head like a soft movie. Her silence is not empty. It's full of thoughts she doesn't know how to manage. When a woman with strong feelings disappears, she's not hiding from you. She's hiding from her own vulnerability. She's scared of giving her heart to someone who might not give theirs back. This is why the worst thing you can do is chase her. It confirms her fear that you're more invested, and it makes her feel like she's losing control too quickly. But when you stay calm, when you don't react, when you give her the space she's trying to create, something shifts. She realizes you're not like the men from her past. She sees you're steady, not needy, grounded, not desperate. A woman always comes back stronger to the man who doesn't fight her distance, because your calm makes her feel safe with her emotions. Second, she disappears to test your emotional balance. Women don't always test a man with words. Some of their strongest tests happen in silence. When she suddenly goes quiet or pulls back, she's not always trying to punish you. Many times she just wants to see how you handle yourself when she's not around. You'd be shocked how much a woman can learn about you just by watching what you do when she steps away for a little while. She wants to see if you lose your mind, blow up her phone, or start overthinking everything like you're falling apart, because that tells her something she needs to know, not about her, but about you. Most women are drawn to calm men who can sit with discomfort without reacting. So when she disappears, she's watching your energy. She's paying attention to how quickly you panic. She's noticing if you switch from sweet to needy. Most guys don't realize that the moment she creates a little distance, they jump into chase mode. They send long messages, they argue, they demand answers, they try to fix things instantly. And that's exactly what makes her run even further. Her silence becomes a mirror. She's showing you who you really are under pressure, because every woman knows this simple truth. If a man loses control over a little distance, he will lose control in bigger situations too. She's not trying to break you. She's trying to see if you break yourself. And here's what most men don't realize. A woman doesn't expect you to be emotionless. She just wants to see if you can stay grounded, if you can breathe through uncertainty instead of letting fear run your life. She wants to see if you trust yourself, if you trust the connection, if you trust the moment without needing to control everything. Women feel safe with men who remain steady even when things feel unclear. When she steps back, she's also checking if you have a life outside her. It's attractive when a man continues his routine, when he works out, when he focuses on his goals, when he doesn't put his whole world on hold just because she didn't reply for a bit. That silent confidence is what pulls women back. It's what separates a man she respects from a man she tolerates. So when she disappears, don't collapse. Don't chase her like she's oxygen. Be calm, be soft, be steady. Let your silence speak for you. A man who doesn't crumble during space becomes 10 times more attractive in her eyes because she sees something rare, a man who doesn't rely on her attention to feel whole. 3. She disappears because she wants you to notice her value. There comes a moment in almost every woman's life when she steps back, not because she's done, but because she wants to know if her presence actually matters to you. It's not always manipulation. Sometimes it's a quiet cry for clarity. She wants to see if her absence changes anything, if you even feel it, if her energy, her softness, her time holds any weight in your world. Women are emotional creatures, yes, but they're also deeply intuitive. They can sense when a man is taking them for granted, even before he realizes it himself. When a woman feels like she's giving more than she receives, she pulls back. Not in anger, but in self-protection. She wants to see if you notice the space she leaves behind. She wants to know if you are enjoying her or just enjoying the attention she gave you. There's a huge difference, and trust me, she feels it. Because women pay attention to the small things. They remember how you spoke to them the last time. They notice when your effort drops. They sense when your words start coming without heart. So she goes quiet, she disappears, she stops texting first, she stops checking in, she stops giving the extra love, the extra warmth, the extra presence. And during this silence, she's watching, not to trap you, but to understand you. She wants to see if you come closer or if you drift away. She wants to see if you actually knew her value or if you only notice it when it's gone. Most men make a big mistake here. They don't do anything. They wait. They act indifferent. They think she'll be impressed by their distance. But what they don't realize is that her silence is not a game. It's a measurement. She's checking your emotional investment. So when she disappears because she wants you to see her value, she's not asking for a dramatic chase. She's asking for awareness, a small effort, a simple, "Hey, I noticed you've been quiet. You okay?" Nothing over the top, just presence. This kind of woman doesn't want your obsession. She wants your attention. She wants to feel seen. She wants to feel chosen, not because she's insecure, but because she's human. Every woman wants to know she matters, and distance becomes the only way she can measure that without asking directly. So if she disappears to test her value, show small but steady energy, not desperation, not neediness, just genuine care. Because if you meet her silence with coldness, she'll think she means nothing to you. And once a woman believes she means nothing, she doesn't return. 4. She disappears when you're moving faster than she is. A lot of women disappear, not because they're done with you, but because you moved faster than they did emotionally. Maybe you were too expressive too soon. Maybe you were too available. Maybe you showed your heart before she felt comfortable showing hers. And even though your honesty is beautiful, it can feel overwhelming for a woman who's still trying to understand her own feelings. Women need emotional space to catch up, not because they're slow, but because they analyze everything. They think about the future. They think about risk. They think about safety. They think about how stable you are. They think about how stable they are. So when a man moves too fast, she starts wondering if it's real or if it's just excitement. She might start worrying, is he in love with the idea of me or the real me? And these thoughts can push her into silence. Her disappearing isn't rejection. It's her trying to slow the pace so she can breathe. When things move too fast, she feels pressure. And pressure kills connection for most women. She doesn't want to disappoint you. She doesn't want to lead you on. She doesn't want to feel rushed into something she isn't sure about yet. So instead of confronting it, she quietly steps back. It's her way of saying, "Give me a moment," without having to actually say it. A lot of guys panic here. They start apologizing for every little thing. They start texting paragraphs. They start acting like she's the only woman on earth. But that energy doesn't bring her closer. It pushes her further away. The truth is, when she disappears because you're moving too fast, the best thing you can do is slow down instead of freezing. Keep the door open, but don't push it. Let the energy breathe. Show her you're stable enough to let the connection grow at its own pace. When she feels that softness, she relaxes. When she feels no pressure, she naturally comes back. A good woman doesn't disappear forever. She disappears to balance the energy. And if you remain calm, steady, and warm, she'll come back when she feels aligned again. 5. she disappears because her past is still loud. Sometimes her disappearance has nothing to do with you at all. It's her past, her wounds, her old heartbreaks, her childhood patterns that still whisper in the back of her mind. A woman can be deeply attracted to you and still pull away because something inside her isn't healed yet. Maybe she was betrayed before. Maybe she loved someone who didn't choose her. Maybe she opened up once and it ended horribly. For women, emotional trauma doesn't stay quiet. It follows them. It shapes how they connect, how they trust, how they love. So when she disappears, it might be because you touched a soft place she hasn't healed. You triggered a memory she didn't want to feel again. You reminded her of a feeling she was scared to lose. Most men misunderstand this. They think she's playing games, but she's actually protecting herself. She disappears because vulnerability feels dangerous. Getting close to you feels risky. And instead of letting you see her fear, she chooses silence. It's her shield, her escape, her safety zone. The worst thing a man can do when this happens is take it personal. If you try to force closeness while she's fighting her past, she'll run faster. What she needs is patience, not pressure, calmness, not chasing, understanding, not overreaction. If you stay steady, if you don't punish her for her silence, if you don't make her feel guilty for needing space, something powerful happens. She begins to trust you. She sees that you're different. She realizes that not every man will hurt her, and slowly she opens again. Women with emotional wounds don't disappear forever. They disappear to breathe, to think, to calm the noise inside them. And if you're gentle instead of reactive, you'll be the man she feels safe returning to. 6. She disappears to regain the upper hand. Now let's be honest. Sometimes a woman disappears because she wants power. She wants to shift the energy. She wants to stop feeling like she's too available. Maybe she showed you too much. Maybe she was too sweet. Maybe she felt like she was giving more than she received. And now she wants to protect her pride. This isn't cruelty. It's self-defense. Women hate feeling like the one who cares more. They hate feeling like they're the ones waiting. They hate feeling like they're emotionally naked while the man stays guarded. So she steps back to balance things. She wants to see if you'll step forward. She wants to feel wanted again. She wants to feel like she still has influence in your world. This kind of disappearance is usually temporary. It's not deep. It's not emotional trauma. It's emotional management. She's trying to feel strong again. She's trying to feel in control again. She's trying to remind herself that she's still desired. But here's where most men mess up. They either chase too hard or pull away too hard. Both extremes break the connection. If you chase too much, she feels like she won, and then she loses respect. If you pull away completely, she thinks you never cared, and then she loses interest. The right move is emotional middle ground. Stay warm, but not needy. Stay present, but not clingy. Stay confident, but not distant. This balance makes her feel safe and seen at the same time. It lets her regain her sense of power without losing the connection. When she disappears to gain the upper hand, she's not your enemy. She's just scared of feeling exposed. She wants to feel chosen, not forgotten. And if you respond with quiet strength, she will come back softer, more open, and more emotionally aligned. So the next time she disappears, don't jump to the worst story. Women don't vanish for no reason. Their silence always speaks even when their mouth doesn't. Sometimes she's scared, sometimes she's overwhelmed, sometimes she's protecting her heart, and yes, sometimes she's trying to see what you'll do without her. But the man who remains calm, who stays grounded, who keeps his dignity, even in silence, always wins her respect, and often her heart too. If you want more deep female psychology breakdowns like this, you already know what to do. Subscribe to Olivia Rose, and I'll see you in the next one.